Hello, Speed Gaming 5, and welcome to the final tiebreaker match of the group stage of the Casual Boots Tournament. We've got Timp versus bbonnell. This is for all the potatoes. Winner advances to brackets, loser goes home. I'm Drossi here with my buddy Specs. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great, Jossie. Excited for this match. Excited for the final match of the tiebreakers in group matches for this casual boots tournament, and it's an exciting way to conclude this waiting period to see what the brackets are going to be.
Yeah, though I gather a lot of the brackets are set because both of these runners are 3 and 3, so they'd be a pretty. Whoever advances is going to be a pretty low seed.
Yeah, because the way it's going to work is since so many people entered this tournament, I think like 176 people or so, and the bracket was originally intended for 64 people, which isn't half of 176. The way we're going to work is the first round, we'll have pretty much all the second seeds, the second place people in their groups, and like the three lowest ranked people who get first in their group have to play an initial round, and then the second round we round of 64. So this will put the winner of this will be in that initial round for top 64.
Yeah, probably against one of those 5-1 second place finishers because we had a bunch of 5-1 tiebreakers that were effectively determining buys because if you won your tiebreaker, then you were the group winner and got a buy. If you lost your tiebreaker, then you didn't. Ooh, a nice early glove.
Yeah, Holy Glove is super nice. Yeah. No full magic, temp. I mean, you don't really need it, but would have been nice. Yeah, so in their group, the other two people in their group was Tito, who did go 6-0 and got the first place position. And I think the other place person was Death Taxes to No 64, who unfortunately got fourth place in the group. But yeah, these two went 3 and 3, going even with each other in groups. So this is a real tiebreaker for them, almost like a finishing point to a best of 3. You might look at it that way.
Yeah, I mean, this is the rubber match any way you look at it. If potatoes are making people hungry, I hope rubber isn't.
Hello with me, Drossi. I like what I like. Okay. We already have 6 bombs too. That's really nice. Like, we don't need it for backup escape, but it's definitely nice going to Kakariko and just already having like a ton of bombs. You don't even have to farm bombs from the Bank Rock and the Kak. Just go right into Kak, have your bombs, and still have some bombs left over.
Sorry about all this freezing.
Yeah, we'll figure out what our players got in a little bit when the restream freezes.
Yeah, the only question is what interest. Oh, I was about to try to refresh everything, and now suddenly Timp loaded again.
Yeah, I'm still stuck overall though. So if you want to refresh it,
Yeah, I'm gonna refresh. It'll go black for a bit.
So I believe you all can still hear me. So right now I am. Wait. Are we back now? We're back? Maybe? Well, things I will note from back, Dropsy.
It's back. It's not moving, but it's back.
Okay.
There we go.
Nice. Here we go. Okay, we're good.
bbonnell must have taken a death and escape, though, if he's, only going to the back now.
Yeah, must have had some sort of issue. We're seeing. Yeah, well, at least we get to see what's in the back of escape. That's fortunate for us.
And we did get a map check from Timp. Those are 5-6 crystals in Desert and Hera with a regular crystal in Eastern. That's kind of nice to see in the light world.
Holy Pyramid Crystal Access. Yeah, you'll want to check that earlier on. But yeah, 3 crystals in light world's also super nice. But yeah, I think we saw it was half magic, a bow, and Bach rocks. So both players will have half magic and a bow and a glove. That's pretty nice starting items. Not
yeah,
bad.
So we can go to Death Mountain out of logic. We can beat Eastern out of logic.
Yeah, which would definitely play that we do soon. Oh, and we have a hook shot.
And that is a nice tree pull, too. Okay, hook shot and back of escape. Got it.
Yep. So, pretty nice starter kit. We can go up mountain out of logic and do a bit. We can do Eastern now. We got options. I mean, we're going to do CAC first, obviously, before we commit to anything else, but we've got some good options so far in the seat. I mean, Eastern Mountain, again, out of logic, but still good choices.
Wow, this is quite a soundtrack.
You know what the MSU is? I do not recognize it.
Let me check the race room.
Yeah, bbonnell is a little bit behind. Yeah, definitely had some issue in escape. Probably a death, considering the time difference. But you know, in the grand scheme of the race, this is not going to decide it. There's a lot more decisions to be made in other areas, for mistakes to be made or improvements for opponents to be made. So not gonna be a big deal. It's not like bbonnell is that far behind at the moment.
Oh, and thank you to chat for identifying this as Timp's MSU as timp.msu, original compositions by Timp himself, who is very musically inclined. If you've ever listened to the Go Mode podcast, he did the scoring himself for the intro and outro music.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'd like to ask Drosy. So, you know, I'm a newer player of the community still, so I don't know a lot of the people who've been around. I don't play it all the time. I know Timp only is like, I know they've played for a long time. I only know them as like hosts on the Go Mode podcast and someone who helps to mentor tournament. But like as a player, you know, do you know much about Timp's like backstory or like the successes, how long they've been playing?
I mean, he has been playing for a while. He's on the long shots in the Open League. They made playoffs. I haven't, specifically followed his performance.
That's more than I knew, so I'll take it. Thanks.
Oh,
he had a mirror.
Yeah. Nice present in the well. So Kakariko coming up pretty good for us so far.
Yeah, with that we can do even more on Mountain. Out of logic still, but yeah, and you don't have to worry about death rope in the seat, which is super nice.
Where was the Master Sword? I missed that. Was in that in Lost Woods?
I think it was in Escape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we didn't see it.
Must have been in Zelda's cell then, because we saw everything else. Maybe Dark Cross. I guess we didn't see that either.
It could have been Dark Cross. So we don't have a lot of money though, so South Shore is not totally tempting because you don't really want to go into Zora area. You could just skip Zora. I feel like probably Saha Eastern next is what I would do. Mountain's a good play. You can do South Shore, just Zora is an awkward question mark. Oh, Moon Pearl. Okay, free Moon Pearl too.
Well, that's a nice find. Now we're one item from Dark World access. Unfortunately, that one item can be one of many things. It could be the hammer, it could be the mitts, or it could be the lamp to put Aga in logic.
this seed keeps giving us items like this. This could be one of those seeds where like you're one item from go mode, 25 minutes in, and you don't know where to go for your last item. Maybe have a lot more items to get, but you know, kind of starting to get that. Getting quite a bit. But so nothing like that's great. It's in logic, but few solid options still. Okay, Temp is gonna go South Shore first, which is completely reasonable. Either it's this mountain or eastern area, and all three are pretty reasonable. I think mountain's probably the most aggressive, so out of logic. You might be able to come up with better options later, like better additional checks on mountain.
By the way, just to give a bit more background here, okay, Timp, if that happens, the correct thing is just pull dam and then go back in rather than
I agree.
Reset it and.
I think Temp is like, well, I have the mirror. I'll just come back in and it'll still be one trip. I think was the thinking there. I'm guessing, but it did look weird.
Yeah, I mean it's probably a wash, all things considered. But yeah, I was gonna say bbonnell. I just looked him up. He was in the Challenge Cup, made it into brackets, and then got eliminated in the first round of brackets in a series that went the full 3 games.
Nice, that's pretty good. Yeah. So I'm just going to assume they're probably a bit newer.
Yeah.
Or at least newer in terms of like maybe trying to like really put practice into the game.
Yeah, it looks like Challenge Cup was his first real tournament.
Okay,
Challenge
awesome.
Cup this year.
Would be really exciting then to take a win here over Tip and move on to Cows Boots bracket would be pretty good. Pretty big step up.
As we get a bloomerang and flippers and a shield in Mini Moldworm Cave.
Okay. Hammer from Swamp. Hammer away from the Blue Swamp. Which might be a pendant. So, real exciting. You know, this is a great song. I like this one. I'm a fan. So yeah, I wonder if Tim, now that you have the flippers, probably even more tempted to go do some water walking because you can pretty easily add in hobo faster now. It's like in logic now. And you know your opponent's gonna be super far from Zora money, most likely. Not necessarily because they could have delayed South Shore significantly. So I think you probably just go ahead and do these checks. And it looks like Tim forgot they have flippers, so they're going to slightly longer array around. It's a slight efficiency loss.
I mean, he probably wanted to set up the water walk.
Oh, I'm saying is you could just swim down.
Oh, right, and then set up the water walk going off the waterfall, right?
Yeah, but having to dash all the way around the crabs and take a little more time.
Well, it feels like despite that death and escape, bbonnell is really making up some time here. Oh, yeah. Timp decides against doing the rest of the flipper checks. That's surprising.
Yeah, I guess Timp really doesn't want to do them until they have the Zora money. Doesn't want to isolate it.
Yeah, you're just so far away from Zora money, and the flippers could be pointing to your next progression when you get them in Sphere 1 like that.
And bbonnell also taking the long way around. Again, it's a slight efficiency loss, but it is faster to head south when you have the flippers, and then you can jump off the ledge, that waterfall we just saw on bbonnell's screen. Okay, and now Timp is heading east. You saw and eastern. Again, eastern's not fully logic because you mentioned earlier, Drosy, but it's a crystal. You can full clear it, deals with dark room, so pretty good play at this point.
And we get a bottle and Berna in Saha's closet also found out that Thieves is our green pendant.
Okay, we know what pendant then. Pendant Thieves is always kind of gross. So, yeah. Okay, bbonnell's continuing on the flipper checks. So we'll see what's at least in Waterfall Fairy and maybe on Joe's Ledge.
And it looks like Timp is gonna go into Eastern, which, given that he has a bow, I assume he just plans to do the dark rooms and complete it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just, you have to do this. You know, if you're 3-3 in this bracket, you definitely are decently comfortable with these rooms. And we do have Blue Mail, 7 Hearts, so it shouldn't be too rough. Even if things go a little bit bad, you can always leave the room. Oh, and we had Cane of Borna with half magic. So the back room should be pretty easy if you just pull the boner out.
Oh wow, I missed the half magic pickup. This seat is really giving us everything.
Yeah, that wasn't backup escape. Oh, there's the hammer!
Ooh.
Well, that's Darkwood access for bbonnell that Tim's gonna get back there, but that's still a little bit unfortunate.
I mean, the risk is, you know, Timp has the whole Light Mountain open to him out of logic right now. So, given that he was avoiding doing the flippers checks, I wonder if he might do the mountain out of logic before he finally gets that hammer.
Yeah, at least the good thing is you have the mirror, so you won't totally isolate Hera. But not having the hammer definitely makes it a bit more awkward to route. It delays your option to go into Dark World. Like, this could be a bit of a time loss efficiency-wise, or with what next steps decisions he's going to make. So he'll get back to that hammer. He'll get fed into it. That's not a question. But there might be some efficiency loss in time, and maybe.
Well, as chat's saying, the worst thing would be if he finds the mitts and gets Dark World access that way.
That would be unfortunate. We already got a God Eastern, didn't we?
Yeah. So we are going straight to the back, and there's our Dark World map check. Swamp and Pod are our other pendants.
Of course, we already have access to Swamp logically, and it's a pendant.
Yes, we could finish Swamp. We could finish pendant Swamp right here.
In logic.
Yeah.
Great option.
We could finish pendant Pod out of logic only because of lack of a lamp. There's Ice Rod in Hype Cave. We will need that.
Okay. Cool.
Also, the second bottle we've seen, bbonnell's first bottle, because he hasn't been to Saha's closet yet.
Yeah. And you'll see bbonnell can do Stumpy, Digging Game, K45 here, and then if they want to, they can mirror and continue and do the set kid check, and then go back into Dark World through the Vu Pekawiko portal. So we might see that.
Quake on Stumpy. That's interesting. We don't know if we'll need it yet. You know, Specs, what's really crazy is, but for the lack of the lamp, Ped is in logic.
Yeah, that's pretty gross. Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay,
mixing K45.
Okay, that's actually good news for Timp because he is going to get funneled to that hammer.
Yeah, and he'll definitely find those mitts, so later on, so that won't be an issue.
And speaking of Timp, he is now at Armos.
Ooh, he was to the right at the end. Almost had it though.
Yeah. Either way, that's crystal number 1.
Okay, but where does Timp go next? The main options are out of Logic Mountain. They could go do Agina's. That's not a good play though. It's probably either out of Logic Mountain, or they have to go to Waterfall Ferry / Zero's Ledge.
That is a lot of digs for a heart piece.
Okay, we're going to Mountain, it looks like.
Well, could find something interesting here, though, you know, better to go when you have the mitts and can do everything, and we know he's locked out of getting the mitts.
The one that could potentially help would be, like, a Fire Rod. Or even getting, like, the flute and helping you read some logic, then you can activate the flute next time you're down here. A Fire Rod would be really nice, because then when you...
Wait a minute. Right, we didn't have bottle vendor money for either of them, so we finally just bought a vanilla bottle.
Dang. I think Fire Rod would be nice. Oh, okay.
Okay. Getting close to...
Yeah, we might see Timp now do a Houlihan. Maybe.
Yeah, we have that glove, so Houlihan would be easy if he wants to do it, but no, looks like he's going to the mountain anyway.
Which, I don't blame them, because they're probably like, well, this is out of logic, but I can probably find my money while I'm up here, and then go do those flipper checks, including Zora. So, you know, a lot of this, well, I do think bbonnell's pulled ahead at the moment. It's not, it's huge, but this isn't that bad for Timp. But yeah, not being able to combine the mids though, it's gonna add a trip up to mountain. So if anything is a Hook Trap Cave or a Super Bunny, that is kind of rough.
Yeah, because bbonnell is going to be able to do everything on his first mountain trip. I mean, maybe not TR if he, hasn't found Samaria and the Fire Rod and doesn't have the right medallion, but everything else.
Yeah. And being that we have mids, it's not hard to get back to like Skulls and there's Samaria.
Speaking of.
So like even like a Fire Rod on mountain would be a huge advantage for Timp. And there's nothing Timp can really get that's gonna like make up having to probably do another dip of the mountain later versus bbonnell. Again, that's not a race decider, but it is something that, give.
He's positioned better at this point.
Yeah, I think once the flipper showed up, Timp probably should have just bit the bullet and done the flipper check, but that's a hard call to make. Money in chess game.
Yeah. So if bbonnell remembers that he hasn't done Bottle Bender and Sick Kid and, mirrors and does those, he will easily have Zoran money. But, oh, yep. bbonnell definitely remembers. So we'll see if he goes back to Zora at some point. We know it's an isolated check for him now.
Yeah, now, bbonnell has so many options now, like, they can do so much more out of Logic Mountain that I don't see when they're going back to Zora. There's so many other things I would probably do before I ever touch that. So many other awful checks, like, I might do Back of Pendant Thieves first.
Okay, that book in Hera is interesting because now Timp can immediately check Ether afterwards.
That is nice. Did bbonnell do anything in Thieves?
No, he kinda said hello to the entrance and that was it. He's like, I don't want to do Pendant Thieves.
That's odd, because normally like the Front of Thieves, the scene is usually just like overworld.
Right, I agree. The front four of Pendant Thieves should normally be considered an overworld check, but I don't know. bbonnell, I guess, feels that he has crystals to clear even out of Logic. He still hasn't done Saha's Closet, so he'll get his Berna and bottle number 3 here.
Yeah, I mean, you can go back later, you admit. You get back to Darkwood pretty fast. Still say it's probably a little too aggressive, but that's good. That's personal opinion. It's definitely not a wrong choice, but it is a little risky.
Okay, so our big limiting factor at the moment is Fire Rod. The book gets us into Desert. We obviously still need the flute for Meyer, but depending on medallion requirements, Fire Rod and flute could be all we're still looking for.
Yeah, we're pretty close. I also want to make one more comment. Is Tim could have made that fight a little bit easier. They just pulled out the Borna, and they could have had an easier time with Roldham at the end. He was being a bit of a pain. Would have, I think, a little more smooth.
Oh, Tim suddenly remembers, oh yeah, I should check Ether Tap. No, what is he doing?
He forgot he doesn't have a hammer. He tried to go eastbound the wrong way.
He also forgot he can check Ether Tablet, though.
Yeah, they did. Tim did forget.
I mean, that should have been his immediate next move before forgetting he doesn't have hammer.
That's an oopsie. Yeah, you're correct. It should have been. But yeah, just forgot. Didn't consider it. Well, when they come back up with the mids later, they can check it then, right? I wonder what this, okay, actually, the Laughing Flute can be in a lot of spots because we know our... We've talked about the access logically already.
Yeah, also, I wasn't counting, was there an item in Hera Basement that we obviously can't get since we don't have a fire source?
I have no idea. I hope chat knows. I'm sure chat will know. There's no money for Timp.
Okay.
Timp got both items.
Come on, Timp. You have to do your flippers checks now. Okay, chat's saying that a single rupee was the other Hera item, so we don't need to worry about the basement.
Cool. So yeah, that should... But Temp should now with that zero money after this play. Be tempted to go. Finish his flipper checks.
I'm guessing bbonnell will do the mountain after this just because, you know, you don't really want to dive pendant dungeons if you have crystal dungeons you can do out of logic.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you can go up there, do Hera, do a bunch of mountain. You really can't do anything else besides overworld. Not great overworld checks. You can go into pod, but why would you do that now? Mountain is definitely strong. But even if it's out of logic, you can just assume like lamp or flutes that's kind of free somewhere that you'll get to later, and just assume it's in logic.
Yeah. Okay. Here's Tim finally doing the flipper checks. And yeah, I do kind of wonder where that lamp is because it's logically locking quite a bit at this point.
Oh, the flute. The mountain nexus. Well,
right. The flute would give us. Well, we still need a fire source to finish desert.
Mountain just had book basically.
Yeah. Which can get us into desert by the front, and we haven't seen like a Gina or desert ledge yet or anything.
Yeah. Could be in pod. Could be, could be like stuff like pyramid ledge or catfish. Got possibilities still. Could be on Zora. We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the fish has anything.
My personal gut feeling, which obviously means nothing, is that this won't be anything of value. Which doesn't mean Tim made the wrong choice. I feel that way right now.
I feel like Fire Rod is going to be the big thing. Fire Rod alone would give us 3 and maybe 4 crystals if TR's Quake.
More money in Keenstone. And yeah, Zora had nothing, which it definitely could have. So I understand Temp's decision to want to put it off. It's a tough call. Unfortunately, it did hurt a little bit in the seed, and bbonnell will get away with it. Got a bit of a lead by having the hammer early. Yeah, those decisions like that can be tough and can make a huge impact on the race. And yeah, Tim's gonna come from the north here versus the south entrance, which is a very solid place. Some people consider this a stronger option. People have different opinions. It is a little unfortunate since the mids were in K45. So, routing-wise, might have been nicer to do. I mean, Tim's not doing this wrong because they don't know mids are in K45. But because mids are in K45, it might have been advantageous to do south, ups, and north in the situation for Dark World.
Yeah, this is unfortunate for him. It's funny because bbonnell was the one who was set back by the death and escape, and since then he's been getting all the breaks. Yeah,
I mean, I'll consider that. As you know, that's not going to decide the race. There's so much more that can happen. And that's going on. There's still plenty of ways for Tim to himself very much in this race, of course. We don't have enough information on where items are and how things would go for the players.
Yeah, definitely going to be interested to see what's on Ether Tablet and Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, hopefully bbonnell checks it.
There's Timp Samaria.
Oh, I might just see what Thieves Town has.
Neither of them wants to touch Pendant Thieves.
Temp might do it after this.
He might.
I believe in Temp. He'll do Thieves now. I believe. Wait, here we go. Here's Thieves.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it is full clearable in logic. Do you want to do that for the green pendant?
No. But we'll see how many items are in the back here.
I mean, that compass isn't very auspicious. That's already one fewer item in the front.
Yeah, so it must be in 2 items now. Okay, 1 item at most.
Yeah. Well, watch it be the perfect storm. We'll pull the map, too.
I still personally would not go to the back. I would delay this because it's just so time-consuming to check this right now. But you definitely, this is going to be on your mind later when you're starting to have not great like efficient checks to do.
Well, and also,
this is gonna be one of the first things you do now.
Timp knows he's almost certainly late to the hammer.
Yeah.
Okay, one item in the front.
Okay, I guess bbonnell was right. You know, they knew. They just knew Fun of Thieves was junk. Obviously. And yeah, I agree with bailing there. I wouldn't call it wrong if you went in, because like there was a few items in the back. Oh, I think Timp forgot they even have mitts yet.
Now, let's see. Timp will pull the mitts. I wonder if he will then go back and do Smith Chain. And either way, maybe he'll remember to do Bombos at the end of all this.
So that bounce on bbonnell side on that bumper was pretty funny. I have not seen someone do that. If you're getting hit by the bumper, that's the way you want to go. Okay. What were you saying about the medallion?
Oh, just... Ooh, bbonnell takes a fall. No, I'm wondering, because Timp's next play's gotta be Cave 45, where else is he gonna go from here? So he'll get the mitts, and then I'm wondering if he'll double back and do a full Smith Chain.
Yeah. You could put it off and go back up mountain, which is still out of logic, and do more. Or you can go back up, because you still know mountains aren't in logic, and you just went there. So...
Ooh, bbonnell takes another Moldorm fall.
So far, the story is that bbonnell has made the decisions that have, like, riding decisions that have paid off for, and it's gotten a little bit of lead out of that. I mean, Timp hasn't made, like, objectively wrong choices and isn't that behind, but bbonnell's had a few more, like, unfortunate situations with getting knocked out by Moldorm twice, and a slower escape with, I think, was a death.
I'm surprised bbonnell did that slash to trigger Enraged Storm, but third time's the charm.
What I would also bring up here is if either player watches this back, is you have the Can of Bona, you could pull that out there, make yourself invincible, and with half magic you can pull that out and get some nice safe hits, not to worry about Moldorm on this fight.
That would be a nice lagorific fight.
Yeah, but then you're not falling off, and that's faster.
True. And bbonnell does remember he has the book, so... let's see if Ether's anything. Nope, so... not a skip that hurt Timp.
Nah. And Temple might do it later in the background mount at some point. Well, I don't really have a reason to go that direction anymore. Except the Ether Tablet. Or maybe combine it with Spike.
Yeah, I mean, Spike Gate's in logic.
It is, yeah. Born was in the front of Eastern, I think, so it's logical.
Ooh, Timp's gonna check Pyramid.
Okay, and then do we go to Catfish? Or what? Yeah, sorry, Tyler.
And TR is Bombos, so we are not going in there yet. Watch Bombos being Super Bunny. Ooh, how about that for lamp placement?
We don't have a fire source yet, and that puts Mountain in logic. Just for knowing the logic, that is nice. Now,
yeah, Mountain and logic and Desert full clearable.
We're seeing Catfish.
It also puts Pet in logic.
It does. So that's super nice. Again, it's skippable, obviously, but nice for knowing the logic. And until we get a fire rod, it'll let us, you know, do like desert and things. So
yeah, I mean, given things, you know, Pet could still be in play. Oh,
well,
there's Fire Rod. That's nice.
Well, bbonnell will not care about that lamp. They don't need it.
So Pet could have Flute or one of the required medallions.
Yeah, so Pet's
or
a little more
leading to it.
We're looking more dead now. So we just need Flute. But we need Bombos. We know that, as you mentioned. We need Bombos, we need Flute. We don't know what Minor Medallion is, so maybe Ether. Yeah, we're not far from go mode. But we have so many options still that are pretty nasty. Because we know, as you mentioned, we have all three pendants available in logic.
But bbonnell now has Desert and Skull Woods and Ice full clearable. So I have to imagine he's going to start doing those crystals.
Yeah, finish up Mountain and then go clear those crystal dungeons you can do. Yeah. And Timp's gonna come back here with the mitts. Maybe Smith Chain might do Skull Woods first. Put enough mountain for right now. Probably just want to go back up there after just being up there for one trip. Smith Chain probably. Maybe Graveyard Ledge, North Dark World.
Now that bbonnell is going back up through Paradox, which he hasn't done yet, I wonder if he'll do Spike Cave before he leaves the mountain.
Yeah, he could.
And here's Timp doing the Smith's Chain, so...
It's slow, but...
We know Smith and Hammer Pegs are worthless, but we haven't seen Purple Chest and Bombos yet.
This is interesting by Timp. Your main options right now for Timp was either like do a Smith Chain, which wouldn't be my favorite choice, but maybe that's kind of why Timp wants to do it. Go back up mountain, which is now in Logic, and you can do Dark Mountain stuff. Or you can go do Pendant Pond. Those are like your three main options in Timp's case. That makes some sense. I mean, you could argue Swamp, but I think Pod usually makes more sense than Pendant Swamp. Just because of the, think about left side Swamp that way.
I mean, Desert Area is 4 items, and if he does Smith Chain, he'll be right there.
Oh, of course. It's a bit of a walk, though, is the only thing. But it's a crystal you can have beat.
Well, I mean, if you've just done Purple Chest and Bombos, you've done most of the walk.
Oh, no, wait. I see. He's doing the Smith Chain to do it into Desert and Bombo style, but... Okay, that does improve this option. Okay. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. I guess he's not doing Bombos if he just mirrored to the Light World. Or
he just realized.
Thinking, yeah. You've had that book for a while and you haven't used it yet. And here is the Spike Cave check for bbonnell. So that'll be new information. Honestly, I like this seed.
It's not bad so far. I mean, these medallions and flute can still be in awful locations.
Yeah, I was thinking famous last words saying I like this seed, but... Oh, well...
That's the fillet. Needed that.
Now we can catch fairies. Okay, Purple Chest not the answer.
Yeah, what Timp is doing is really good, like, efficient-wise, like, for routing, like, doing this all together. I don't love it, because it's like, if Smith Chain doesn't have it, Smith Chain takes a while, and you have things that are more on the way. So I personally don't love it. I think it's a bit slow, even though it's efficient, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I get the thinking. Again, it's not a wrong choice. It's my preference would be I wouldn't want to risk how slow Smith Chain is. But Desert definitely makes sense at this point.
Okay. And given that neither of the tablets had anything, I'm thinking Desert might.
Maybe we just have a book so we can read Pet.
Yeah, just like, we got that book, and Flute, of course, would give us Desert access at this point. So, is Flute in or behind Desert?
Maybe. Find out. What was on Ledge? Do we know?
I didn't catch it.
I don't think Timp didn't go over left enough.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he'll just blind pull the ledge.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to blind pull it. Which is definitely a little bit slower, because if it's junk, that's a little slight inefficiency.
And bbonnell going straight to the back of Skull Woods here.
Yeah, it has Fire Rod, this makes sense. So if the opponent maybe doesn't have that, then, which in this case is correct.
And I imagine after he beats Moth, he will check Ped.
Yeah, we should get a pet check here. I'll be really sad if we don't. It would be nice to know what's going on that.
Okay, so Desert Big Chest is going to have the small key, and then we'll have to go right side. And I mean, I guess maybe you do Landmos hoping that's one item, and I don't know.
That is like the convention, because you can save some major time. But if you're going to
Timp's doing right side.
Yeah, we did see one item already, right? Is what you said?
No, we haven't seen one item.
Oh, then yeah, I do right side for sure. Then you do right side then. You'd only if you had already seen one item, then you do landmark first. Like if you've seen 0, then you do right side.
Oh, temperate. That's nice.
Yeah, that'll make the fight even easier if we miss some ice red shots. There you go.
And land mode does have the second item.
Nice. Okay, good time save from bbonnell.
Yeah, there's one item out of Skullwoods already. I mean, I think you do the bridge chest now, hoping that that's your second, and then you check ped.
Yeah, you definitely, yeah. It doesn't really matter which order you do it in, but yeah, I mean, normally it's just you knock out bridge chest real fast, and then you ped. That's really unlikely to ped anything, because you have so much available. Odds of it are incredibly low. But you check it here there if it's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, if this is your second item, you check ped, then you peace out.
Oh, yeah, okay. But of course, it's not going to be a second item. That would be too convenient.
And he's not checking ped.
Okay. Okay.
You disappoint.
It's probably not going to be the answer, so probably won't be a little bit of time save, but still a bit risky.
Yeah, it probably isn't, but with ped in logic and with Fluter Bombos easily being able to be on ped, I feel like you should check it.
Yeah, no, you should check it here to have that knowledge, because then when you probably have to dive pendants later to find your Gomo medallion or flute, it'd be nice to know, do you need to beat said dungeon, or is one of your items on the ped, so you know to consider it. It'd be worthwhile to check it for sure. Hopefully Temp checks it, because I assume soon they'll go to mountain, get the fire rod, and then just go woods. Interesting to see Temp do this from the bottom. Okay, where do you think Temp is going, Grossi? Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Sorry about that. I was just commenting that Skullwoods is really making you work for the second item, and it's just a heart container.
I know you're really offended by my question. I get it. Swamp? Or Pyramid Fairy?
Yeah, Tim could do Pyramid Fairy here. And this is our first look at Bumper Ledge. That is junk. Presumably Graveyard Ledge is the next check if we're all the way out here.
And in this case, Temp could not route Pyramid Ledge in with the Pyramid Fairy because the lamp is on Pyramid Ledge, which is what let Temp, in this case, beat Desert. Because Temp doesn't have the Fire Hookshot Cave yet. So Temp couldn't actually, with how they went for them, they couldn't actually route Pyramid Fairy and Pyramid together, unfortunately.
Yeah, so this is kind of where an unfortunate choice just starts compiling, that Timp has much less incentive to go back to the mountain just to do Dark Death Mountain, because he went to the Light Mountain before he had his hammer and mitts.
Yeah.
But that means he's now not going to get his Fire Rod for a while.
Which isn't the worst thing, long as, this flute medallion are out there. And hoping bbonnell does some of these checks, to equalize time down the road. Pyramid Fairy was disappointing. Is Temp going to pod now? Yeah, going to pod, probably.
Okay, and here's the desert play for bbonnell. I guess the incentive is, again, Pyramid Fairy, so And you have a Gina and the ledge, so it's a lot more items than doing ice.
Yeah, as you mentioned, yeah, 4 items. Pyramid Fairy opens up, and you get a crystal, so that makes sense. And bbonnell actually checking the ledge first, doing the correct thing. Will know that they can skip that money. So yeah, right now we have 3 items in the back of Pendant Thieves. We have all of Swamp, all of Pendant Pod. You've basically seen all of the Mountain players. What else do we have? We've seen Graveyard Ledge, and I think Inky's too.
Oh, and just to reiterate, for those of you who have gone here late since I saw it getting discussed in chat, this is a high-stakes match. Winner goes to brackets, losers out of the tournament.
Yeah, they both went 3-3 in their group, going even with each other, 1-1. So it's basically their best of 3 tiebreaker to see who essentially wins the best of 3, makes it out of groups and into bracket. And this is the final match before we have all tiebreakers done and brackets can be formed. So after this match, it won't be too long before we'll have brackets for our Kaz Boots Tournament.
Okay. Timp was thinking about if he wanted to just rush to the boss, maybe, with that early bid key.
I personally don't love to play it doing pendants before Mountain. But I think maybe Timp just feels like they need to make a slight gamble here. Because, I mean, honestly, with where Flute and Medallions are probably going to be, I bet we're going to see some pendant diving in this seed anyway. But Timp doesn't have the Dark Mountain knowledge yet, so they don't know what's up there.
And he is skipping Bowlocked side for the time being.
Yeah, which is a bit risky, because I don't think we found Big Key yet, did we?
We got the big key,
okay,
but there is potentially a second... unless we have a 5-key front, there is potentially a second item in the front.
Yeah, so if you already have the Big Key, that's not too unreasonable. You can do it if you decide to go to Helma in the seed. So I can see you thinking behind that. Get big already.
But see, now he has to do Harmless Hellway because it's not guaranteed to be a key for a key. But he's just assuming there's a 4-key front.
Okay, that I don't like. If you do this play, I think you have to do Harmless Hellway to be safe.
Yeah, because then if it's a 5-key front, suddenly it's like, oh, I left an item in Harmless Hellway.
Yeah, that feels like an unnecessary risk, in my opinion.
I mean, 5-key front is pretty rare, but it happens.
It happens regularly, yeah. You should always consider it.
Oh, there are boots.
So you're saying that we saw, what, 3 smalls and a big key on so far in the front?
No, we've gotten 2 smalls and a big key. We haven't done the vanilla big key chest, and we haven't done right side.
Okay. Well, of these 3 checks, 2 of them have to be, and we have Harmless Hellway. Yeah, so we're still missing 2 small keys. No, 3 small keys. Missing 3 small keys.
And there is crystal number 4 for bbonnell.
Yeah, they've gotten all the quick ones done. But I mean, that's still meaningful time.
Yeah.
You know.
So obviously you do a Gina now, you're in the area, and then I assume Ice Palace.
Yeah, you definitely do Ice next, for sure. Or start diving pendants. Or doing gross or overworld checks. As bbonnell has done a lot less overworld at this point than Tim, minus Mountain.
Okay, so that was a shovel, so yeah, Harmless Hellway and Vanilla Big Key Chest are both self-locking small keys.
Yeah, so Tim to take a risk, it did save a smidge of time. It's a little bit of a risk, but yeah, it worked out on this seed. Okay, now we'll see Dark Mountain, and Tim will get this Fire Rod.
Debate and chat about whether to beat Helma for an item. I mean, it's 1 item, it takes like 2.5 minutes.
Oh, but you have all the back of... Well, Tim still has Dark Mountain, with no knowledge on this yet.
Yeah.
And he does not know what TR Medallion is. For all he knows, he can open up TR when he's up here.
Yeah, well, and at least we know he gets the fire rod.
Yeah, but my point is, he doesn't know what's up here on Mountain, so I think being Helma there, in his situation, with his knowledge, is too soon. And you've all of Pendant Swamp, still the back of Pendant Thieves, he has not been to Skull Woods. I think, and a few other Overworld checks he hasn't done, like this one. So I think doing Helma there is too aggressive and way too risky. You have too many other options that are a lot faster, that let you get a lot more checks in a small period of time. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think going to Pod there was kind of more of the issue. I think that was too early to go to Pod. Like, you go to Mountain, in Timp's case, you get this stuff, and then that's when, I think after that is when Timp should have started Pendant diving. In this case, it probably won't hurt Timp. Because even then, if you went to Pod next, you probably still wouldn't beat Helma, knowing you're Swamp and Thieves.
Okay, item number 1 in Ice Palace is just a heart container. Because I'm wondering where bbonnell goes after this if Ice doesn't have progression.
Yeah, I assume they either dive Pod Swamp or Thieves. Probably not Thieves, though. We'll see. Well, they haven't even been to the front, though. Or they start doing some of the overworld. They could use Smith's Chain. McBerry. They've got options.
So a little bit surprised he hit the switch, because you're planning a full clear here, and I feel like you take the risk of Big Key being an iced tea.
Yeah, I know some players just always hit the switch. They just always do it. Like, I know PH will always hit the switch no matter what.
Even if he already has the Big Key?
I believe PH always hits the switch, yes.
Wow, okay.
I mean, it is slower, but not by much, really. So, it's not that big of a deal if you want to hit it.
Okay, there's our second item, also junk. There's our third item. Okay, hitting the switch was the right call. It's a God Ice.
Yeah, that's a really nice palace layout. Yeah, awesome. You can skip a bunch and not feel bad about it. So...
only looks like bbonnell hasn't counted items.
Yeah, but they paused, so you know, at least they realized it. But for bbonnell's case, if they skip a lot of the overworld, like Smith's Chain, Pyramid Fairy, Catfish, the things that Timp has done, that's just a whole lot of free time save for them, or for Timp.
Okay, bbonnell is really not counting items here if he's going back to do iced tea.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. bbonnell did make a mistake on that.
That's going to be a time sink.
Where is Timp
I mean, this is a good opportunity for Timp to make up time when he does ice if he counts items.
Timp is doing Skull Woods. Hopefully we'll get a pet check. And then we'll see Ice Palace from Timp as well. And then after that, we'll see what Timp does. Yeah, this could just be a seed where, like, it comes down to pick the right series of overworld checks or pick the right pendant. Because it may just be go to Swamp or go to back of Pendant Thieves, or both. It very well could be that kind of seed. It's smart to look that way. But we still need at least 2 items. Flute and Bombos.
bbonnell really thinking here. Yeah, the last 2 things both have to be small keys.
I bet bbonnell didn't keep track of the keys, and that's what confused them. Because they can look at the map, compass, and big key on the start menu, but not the small keys. Actually, wait, can you toggle it to show you?
I'm also wondering why he's worried about his magic for Cold Stare. He has Tempered.
I think they'll just probably so don't feel that comfortable here. You know, they have red, mail, Tempered, but you know, since they said they did challenge cup this year, just a little bit on the newer side. They probably just sold us something to feel fully comfortable and want that extra safety here. The thing I would say though, I don't think this is bbonnell's race to this point. Because the thing is, Timp has done Pod. not Helma, but otherwise has done Pod, has done Smith Chain, has done Pyramid Fairy, has done Catfish, things I don't believe bbonnell has done.
Yeah,
So,
Timp has also not checked that shovel yet.
Yeah, also true. But
so that could be something, which would make Pod mandatory.
Yeah. But I'm trying to say, depending on what choices bbonnell makes, like which pendant they go dive, or what tricks they do, they may just give back a lot of time to Timp. It won't be because of making a mistake. It's basically they just picked the wrong choice in the seed, and this in the Timp already did. They could have not done, but how would they know that? And bbonnell's coming back in?
To get the small key out of the big chest, he...
Yeah, I think bbonnell is not familiar with their Ice Palace layout here, and didn't count things, and definitely,
Yeah, I mean, this is... Sometimes you have to learn things the hard way when you're a newer runner. This will be a lesson the hard way on counting items in Ice Palace.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be a good learning lesson, so bbonnell after this will learn the lesson, hopefully. And, no pet check again?
Not like my COCOM ever miscounted items in Mire.
Because I was busy talking to you, Drossi, trying to entertain you, okay? I had an excuse. But no pet check again? No pet check.
What do these runners have against Ped?
Is Timp going back for pet check?
Okay, now he's...
No, big key chest. Never mind. No pet check. Well, Ped's not the answer, Drossi, okay? It's unlikely.
What if it is? We're gonna spend a long time getting there.
Well, we as the viewers want more random. This is good, right? We want more random.
Congratulations, there's your second small key.
Yeah, bbonnell definitely realizing, oops, they just didn't count items initially, and I'm not super familiar with how Ice Palace is laid out in terms of item quantities, so that'll be something I'm sure they'll review after this race and get down. And
we know from bbonnell's side that Timp is going to be full clearing Skull Woods here, because you get the big key in Pinball chest and then have to go back to get the second item in Big Chest.
Yeah, the layer here with an item on Moth and an item in Big Chest, it's like unavoidable. You're full clearing it unless you just choose to be aggressive and skip a check in Skull Woods.
Well, I mean, it didn't help where the big key was.
Okay, bbonnell doing Pyramid Fairy or Swamp? Okay, Pyramid Fairy.
Okay, so he'll get his lamp at least.
Oh yeah, has not done Pyramid Ledge. And yeah, bbonnell still has all his Smith Chain and Catfish in his Pyramid check, so it makes some sense. Now, Timp will head to Ice Palace. bbonnell doesn't want to quite start diving pendants yet. Yeah, I believe bbonnell already did North Darkworld. So bbonnell doesn't do Catfish now, which we know it doesn't have anything, but if bbonnell doesn't do it now, it means they're never checking Catfish, which if it had progression would be bad, so if bbonnell wants to be safe, they should check Catfish after the Pyramid checks. Because otherwise, they'll never have a way to route it in. They can also choose to mirror and go to Zora while they're there if they wanted to check the Zora. So they also have that as an option.
Oh yeah, I guess bbonnell did isolate Zora, didn't he?
Yeah, I got the hammer rolly from not doing it.
So from his perspective, it is 2 checks if he goes up there.
Yeah, it's a little more worth it.
So let's see how Timp routes ice here, because he can definitely gain back quite a bit of time. Might even wind up with the lead by the time he's out of here, depending on exactly what bbonnell does.
Yeah, if bbonnell dives Swamp or Thieves right away and gets the next item in the progression chain, which would probably be the Flute, or even the Bombos, both open up. Flute opens up quite a bit with Mire area, and Mire being a maybe, we don't know what the medallion requirement is, and Bombos opens up all of TR, which would be full clear, so either one would be great. They're probably independent Thieves or Swamp at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think my strategy in bbonnell's position would probably do be to do thieves and then loop that into pod so I can turn in the green pendant on the way.
That's a good idea. bbonnell hasn't even done the front, so they don't know what's there.
Exactly.
And they could end it with Smith's Chain if they wanted for thieves. Just haven't done that yet.
Right, he did Smiths and Hammer Pegs, but he hasn't done Purple Chest and Bombos.
Yeah, because they didn't want to. Because they came up north into Dark World at the time. Yep, and didn't want to leave. Okay, we are seeing Zora, so yeah, bbonnell cleaning up these checks here. Pretty reasonable, I think.
Okay, that's 3 items for Timp. Let's see if he was counting.
Him being a more seasoned runner, you would expect to be confident in the counter. And yep, no skipping check.
Yep.
No skipping checks here. Okay. Okay, where is Timp going after Ice Palace? What do you think, Jossie? Thieves? Swamp?
I don't know. I have to say, this race is interesting. I like bbonnell's routing a lot better. If Timp wins, it'll be on the strength of not dying in escape and counting items in ice.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But it looks like bbonnell is doing swamp now.
Yeah, which is good for them. Because
I mean, it'll be new information for us.
if swamp has a progression, and then that progression leads to the other progression, or swamp has both progression items, then bbonnell can potentially just skip on and the other overworld checks they didn't do the Timp did.
Oh, I guess we're getting a Bombos check too. So
Just isolate your purple chests then.
So Timp is actually slightly ahead on checks here.
Timp's in the lead, because they've already done pod, they've done Bobble Salad, they've done Purple Chest. I don't think bbonnell has any advantage anymore.
Yeah, I don't think Timp did Graveyard Ledge or Check Bumper Ledge, but we know those are both junk.
Yeah, that's it. That's all. So Timp's in the lead now, for sure. And Timp's already done the Fun of Thieves too, so he has more knowledge.
So Timp, this will be where he checks the shovel now.
Yeah, I like this. Knock this out now.
And then he'll probably go to Swamp because it's relatively close by.
Yeah, I would
guess
Swamp over Thieves.
Yeah, Thieves is a good play if you're doing it first because then you have the green pendant, but at this point, with 1 item left in pod, the green pendant is a lot less attractive. Or I guess he is doing Thieves. Unless this is his North Dark World checks?
Yeah, might be doing...
No?
Hasn't done Kane's too, maybe?
Oh, yeah, he hasn't been in here yet. Good call.
Yeah, if you haven't done this, this makes sense. They knocked this out. Yeah. Yeah, Timp's cleaning up some one-offs they haven't done yet before they start diving the other pendant dungeons.
Okay, this should be a swamp play.
Yeah, and the thing is, I do think Timp's gonna have a little bit faster execution than bbonnell, so bbonnell going into like go mode ideally needs to have, I would say, a time advantage.
Yeah, let's see how his specky clip is. Second try.
Yeah, that one was good. So in case anyone doesn't know, if you want to get that trick consistent, you need to be lined, you need to go all the way left against that rail, and you need to stay there, and then when the bomb explodes, in one motion you walk back from the rail into the bomb. If you walk like halfway back from the rail and in front of the bomb, and right there, essentially doing 2 backwards motions to the bomb from the rail, you might have some sub-pixel shenanigans and not get the trick. So make sure you always line up against the rail, and then in one motion, back up into the bomb. If you do that, you'll always get it. Otherwise, sub-pixel stuff can mess you up sometimes.
Oh yeah, chat reminding us this was discussed in the race room before the race, but bbonnell just got back from a week-long Alaska cruise, which is why the runners are playing this at the absolute last minute, because he wasn't available until now.
Okay, understandable. Still on schedule, so, and nice way to, end this part of the group stage. And, start off brackets soon. Timp did it right. Nice.
Ooh, nice first try for Timp.
So bbonnell is immediately on the left side, which is not wrong. I mean, you're here for items, so it can make some sense. Did we see map of compass yet?
I think we saw one.
Okay, so at least one item here on the left side.
Yeah, and you're multiple items from go, so I agree with doing left side first.
I still wouldn't. I would do the back first because it's so much faster, and I would then do left side after I still have progression. But doing left side first is could be argued to be the better call because
yeah, I mean,
it's more,
unless you find flute and bombos in the back, I feel like you're probably going back in for left side anyway.
I would. If I found one on the back, I would leave because both of them open up a good amount. So I would take the risk. That's me though.
Well, Timp's taking that risk. He's the man after your own heart.
Yeah, I like this. Big chest will be nothing. It'll be junk. See, Jossie? See? What a waste of time. Like, there was no way else I could have had anything, Yeah, sure, there were 2 items, but they were junk. Guaranteed to be junk.
And there's
no
powder sitting in the diver down room.
Yeah, I can do that now. I would let bbonnell the purple chest at the same time, although they're pretty slow, because you have to go back to Dark World to do it.
So I guess
thieves.
If Timp doesn't go back in for those last 2 items, he's in the lead.
Yeah, I think Timp's gonna go back in though, assuming there isn't bombos or flute on Argus.
Yeah, and otherwise, who knows? Maybe Magic Bat's the answer.
Could be Magic Bat. The longer we go with that progression, the stronger Ped looks. It's still unlikely to be Ped. We have other options, mostly thieves, and the Magic Bat check. Okay, we have that. We have the 3 items in the back of thieves. We have Argus here. We have the green pin to turn in. We have Ped. To find our next progression item. Am I missing anything, Drossi?
Sorry, I was watching the Argus fight. That was a long list. Okay, I miscounted items in Swamp.
Imagine counting. I didn't count either. Okay, well wait, that's not it then.
But yeah, do we have any overworld checks left besides Green Pendant and Ped?
Bat, as you mentioned.
Oh right, we just got that. Yes.
I think Timp should go back in here. It is 2 items, and you really don't have that many checks left. You have to go back in, and I think it's gonna be fine. I think this is the correct choice by Timp in this scenario. Like, you need to go back in at this point for 2 items. You need to.
Yeah, and now you can steal the key here. This is the correct routing with Specky Clip.
Yeah. Here's the thing. bbonnell still has not done Purple Chest, has not done Pod. I think they're going to Pod.
Yeah, this is the Pod play, so this will give Timp back a lot of time. I mean,
this is why we said Timp was in the lead, was because Pod's usually going to look better here, Pendant Pod versus Pendant Thieves. Especially when bbonnell knows they have not done Fun of Thieves. And you could say in bbonnell's case, they're thinking, well, I have done the Fun of Thieves, I would like to see that, but they might feel like, I didn't do Fun of Thieves. If the answer is there, I feel bad. I just don't even want to look at it and waste time there. I'd rather go other places. I bet you that's what bbonnell is thinking. They also know that, Pod and these both lead 5 items. But I think bbonnell's probably more afraid of thieves because they put it off for so long that Pod maybe feels like the stronger play.
I'm surprised Timp likes Bomb Diver Down over Samaria Diver Down.
Yeah, I know some people, they just know like one method, and they only do that one method. Even though I think the bomb dive down is objectively more difficult than the Samaria one.
Yeah, because you have to worry about the timing with the bomb explosion, whereas Samaria, the block's just there.
It stays there, and the main part of it is the bombs, 1, lining up and knowing the pixels that are bad and good, and then 2, knowing the inputs for the actual splash part for diver down, which is the same for both the diver the splash method of Samaria and the bomb. So if you can do the splash part and you can do the bomb setup, but it's always weird when people can't do the Samaria version. So yeah, I'm calling people out. I'm saying they're weird. That's all.
Yeah, so I guess if you're rooting for bbonnell, you really want something on Helma King.
Yeah, because people will be more tempted to do Helma here, yeah.
Yeah, because what does he have left besides Thieves Town to Green Pendant and Ped? Magic Bat, sure.
Yeah, so Tip's gonna go do Magic Bat.
Oh, and I guess
Thieves.
I guess bbonnell still has Purple Chest.
Yeah, which they can do with Thieves and Bat, but you probably do Thieves first. And maybe Bat first, but then you Purple Chest last in that sequence. So yeah, no, pretty much at this point, no matter where the answer is, Tim's gonna get there sooner.
Unless it's Helma King.
Unless it's Helma, you're right. That is one out is Helma. That's correct. And whatever's on a Helma has to then lead to the remaining progression items, be that we need Flute, Bombos, maybe Ether from Meyer.
I still want to ask these runners in the interview, why the heck did neither of you check a Ped?
It's not the answer, Drowsy. It can't be. Does like left
just
side
as
swamp?
surely as left side swamp wasn't the answer.
You're learning, Drowsy. You're getting it, okay? You understand.
We're being told that bbonnell just doesn't believe in Ped checks, so that doesn't answer about Timp.
Yeah, I mean, I get like when you can't like combine it with Skull Woods in a convenient way, like having to go do it like more manually. We just dash over there in Light World. But when you have it for free there, like on a platter, you're going to Skull Woods, you're in the back, you have the mirror, you have the book. Ped logically could have an item you need, like.
Okay, that was an interesting routing choice by bbonnell, doing Harmless Hellway before Rupee Basement, because if you get a small key in Rupee... If you don't get a small key in Rupee Basement, then you know that Harmless Hellway has the small key and you can skip it.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, you don't often see that routing choice. Tip, not... I think it would be faster of a Temp if they wanted to go to Thieves to just go back to the portal and one over.
Yeah, that's...
So I would say it's a slight
but...
efficiency mistake, but not anything that's going to really affect the race.
Yeah, I mean, what is it, maybe 5 seconds difference?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, not a huge deal. The other question is, will bbonnell even do Helma? Yes. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, this is bbonnell's main out. Actually, only out. So.
Yeah, meanwhile, we're getting the Magic Bat answer.
Messing up a lot. Yeah, I'm excited to see
Was Swamp necessary? I mean, it could still be Ped, in which case Swamp was necessary, but this is the only other way Swamp would be necessary.
Nope.
So we're running out of options. Helma King, Thieves Town, Green Pendant, or Ped.
Yeah, how lovely. What a fun seed. Okay, well, Thieves Town is a 4-item play. Helma King is a 1-item play. We're not including Ped here, because that involves doing both, obviously.
Well, and Timp obviously is in a better routing position, because if he does Thieves Town, then he turns in the Green Pendant on the way to doing Helma King. So if it's Ped, I think he'll get the 3 pendants faster. Yeah,
the only thing that hurts Pimp here is that Helma has an answer. And it leads, yeah. So. And Thieves Town doesn't also have one of the 2 items that you need. Or potentially 3 items. Because then bbonnell will have to come do Thieves Town anyway, and that wouldn't Pimp. We still need... So we're still 2, maybe 3 items from Gomler. Probably only 2. Because once you also end Meyer area, you can also do Checkerboard and Meyer Shed. So you get additional 3 checks. If Ether is even required. exciting moment.
Yeah, so we'll find out about Helma King first, and then we'll see what Back of Thieves has. So Helma King down. For junk, okay.
Yeah, well, if Ped is the answer, that's not as bad for bbonnell. Because then Timp will have to come back in here to beat this if it's Ped.
Right. Right, if Ped's the answer, I think Timp still has a lead. It'll just be a very small lead.
Yeah, it would. bbonnell would still be in the race. Whereas if it's just Thief Town, that's not great. Imagine if you had checked Ped, Drosty. Imagine.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah, also, bbonnell now probably do the... They have not done the shovel check, they haven't done the powder check, they haven't done purple chest. So, yeah, they're not doing powder, so they're going straight to thieves here.
I mean, they could just be doing the portal and then they'll mirror and do powder, I don't know.
Yeah, they might do that. We'll see. They might do that.
There's the map, so okay, Big Chest and Blind both have items. Oh, no, bbonnell's going straight into Thieves, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting to really. But they have to do the front still, which also doesn't take that long. Okay, game. So we have Blind, we have Green Pendant, we have Ped. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then bbonnell also has a couple of things like Purple Chest and Magic Bat.
Yeah, bbonnell's a couple outstanding checks they haven't done. And Wilson has Elma. Oops.
Okay, well, let's see if Blind's the answer. Oh, there we go.
That's TR entrance. Now we don't know what flute is, or if ether is required, but that's TR. Here's a question, Gossi. Do you go Taurian Green Pendant first, or do you go straight to TR?
I think you go straight to TR.
I agree. That's 6 items because you also have Mimic Cave. And your flute's probably on the way at this point, because when Ped and Helma and Green Pendant, that's 3 checks that are outstanding, and then 6 essentially in TR at this point. That means 2/3 of the time your progressions, which would be the flute, would just be in TR here. / Mimic Cave. So, statistically, this is the right play. But if TR doesn't have the flute, that still means you have to do the, well, no, if the flute was there in Green Pendant, then you wouldn't have to do Mountain twice here. So I'd feel bad. But it's probably up here. Yeah. Now the question is, where is this flute?
Okay, well, let's have some fun here. Put a prediction in chat.
Head, Green Pendant, Laser Bridge.
And if we find the mushroom and flute is on mushroom, we'll credit the answer to wherever the mushroom was.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're making Laser Bridge its own option. I like it.
Well, Laser Bridge always has a few items.
Also makes the TR pick not so strong.
And it keeps the suspense.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, we're looking for flute, Drosty, not Ice Rod. Can't be Laser Bridge. I kind of do want to see flute be on Head, just because both the players didn't check it. It would be fun. I don't care about being a pet seat, just to spite. You know, it's just fun to see something happen.
And of course, chat's really excited
wanna
about
see
the
it.
possibility that, maybe Meyer is Ether.
Yeah. Like, once you have Mario area access, you have 3 more checks, so, like, yeah. Odds that Ether would be on, like, Ped. I mean, they exist. We'll see.
Okay, so bbonnell's about to get his bombos, and we'll see what he does with it. There's our cape, okay.
I think we've all done Spike and we checked back the ledge, so doesn't open up anything. We did check bumper. At least one of our players did, I'm pretty sure. I forget who. Maybe both. I think both did.
I think both, since they both did Graveyard Ledge. I have a hard time imagining you do Graveyard Ledge and not check bumper unless you're like Gamachu or something.
Yeah, only Gammas did that. Yeah, totally.
We can make fun of Gamma because he won this tournament last year.
Okay, Meatball's also coming up to TR. The one thing they still have is they have the pet advantage.
Oh, right. If Ped's the answer, Tim still has to go beat Helmet King.
Yeah, if a required Ether or Flute is on Ped, that even seems back up for bbonnell.
Though that also means that Tim will probably get to the green pendant turn in first, because if he clears TR and still doesn't have Flute, I mean, green pendant into Helmet King is your next play.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Ped, when Helmet doesn't have the answer.
Quite the bunny form for Timp there.
So only one item FTR thus far. Okay. It's a Mimic Cave. Nope. He stole 4 checks in TR.
Yeah, we also know that Timp is in the school of thought that checks Mimic Cave before Big Chest when you're one item from go.
Yeah, it's more efficient routing-wise, but obviously, like, if go mode isn't bridge, then meaning Big Chest, and obviously you waste.
I mean, I think all things considered, Mimic Cave first is probably the better move. It's just, once in a blue moon, you save a chunk of time by not doing it.
Yeah, so there's definitely a strong reason to consider Mimic Cave second there. Okay, well, we're gonna have 3 more checks in Laser Bridge, and 1 more on Trinex.
Yeah, and there are 3 more items total, right? There's obviously a small key on Laser Bridge, and I think we haven't gotten one of the dungeon items yet.
Yeah, we have 4 remaining dungeon items. Oh, you mean like map and compass?
Right.
Oh, I thought you seem to be. You've gotten 2. Oh yeah, we got boopies. We have 2 items here. You're right. My bad. I miscounted. Yeah, 2 items.
So that's
1
another
item now.
bit of junk. There's the small key that had to be here.
Yeah, so 1 more item on Laser Bridge, and then 1 on Trax.
Oh boy!
And you can't even flute or we're gonna turn it in.
And Trinex does not have the item. So again, as we said,
Yeah.
If mushroom is the answer, Laser Bridge will pay out for the prediction.
Yeah, okay. So this will be map of compass or whatever for Trinex. So then we'll see Tim do mushroom and green pendant in some order. Yeah, I think
Probably mushroom first, I think.
Yeah, because then you can combine the green pendant with pod, as you mentioned. I think that's what you would do. And then you can just dash down from the mushroom torn to Saha. Green pendant torn and pod. And then we have no flute. That's item pod, that's item 1. You know, so often I see like the flute be the go mode and be this awful. Like, I mean, I've seen it, but not usually not your go mode item like this. That's awful to find.
So yeah, this is getting ridiculous. Now we're down to green pendant, ped, or mushroom. Sure took a while between our 5th crystal and our 6th crystal.
Yes. Yeah, huge time difference in between those 2. Yeah, either player right now is definitely has to be nervous. Like, you don't feel good. You know that your opponent could, no matter how, both these players can feel like their opponent is getting to the answer faster than them, or has already gotten to it. And in bbonnell's case, they skipped like purple chest and I think magic bat, so they have a couple more concerns. They also should both know they skipped ped check, and the opponent could have checked it, and they don't have that knowledge. So all those things can feel bad. Okay, mushroom check.
No. Oh, huh. Well, while we're waiting in suspense for the green pendant turn-in, I did want to shout out our tracker, Jestro Zooks, who has been doing a great job with this.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Jestro.
Survived the early uncertainties of the stream.
There it is.
And it was Sahasrara all along. So
Yep.
Thieves was completely the answer. We did not need to touch Pod or Swamp.
And it could go motor TR. Obvious, yeah. We did need to check ped, Drosy. We did need to do left side swamp. Then you do the mushroom tornado. But yeah, this should be Tim's base to lose now. They've got a solid advantage.
Yeah, chat's still hoping for Ethermire.
That's true. I did forget. It's not go mode. I'm getting ahead of things.
It's probably just in Mire Shed. Don't worry.
Yeah, even if it is, just, you have 3 more checks in there, and then otherwise it's a quick flip to tornado mushroom. So we have 4 checks that aren't terrible at this point, even if it is ether. Otherwise, yeah, it's pet, but probably not. It's probably just Quake or something.
Wow, that prediction paid out at like 9-1.
Dang. Which does about match up with the odds of that actually being the answer, so makes sense. Okay, what is the medallion? Are we in go mode? Yeah, no, well you're not. We need ether.
No.
Let's go. Not go mode yet.
It's here in Mire Shed, trust me.
Oh, there you go. We're good. We're good.
He's always under the doormat.
We're fine. Can't pet not needed. We're good. That's why you don't pet check. You know, it's fine. Pet, there's no way pet would ever be the answer.
I didn't know we had a meme seed counter for this tournament.
And this has definitely been a bit of a meme seed. This seed has had Like, you had all 3 pendants completely open and a bunch of overworld, and you couldn't do it with the flute either. Kind of mean.
Oh boy. Well, bbonnell does have the green pendant, so the question is he going to do that or ped? Starting here, it's probably a ped pull.
So he went over no mushroom, but yeah, I'll ped. But they probably see ped as a better. They know ped's a better act for them probably. I mean, they didn't check it, but first, because they cleared all the pod, beat Helma, ped probably feels like the better choice at this point.
Yeah, this has just been crazy with the back and forth and with some of the routing decisions by both runners here.
So what could we see here? Could it be silvers?
I mean, we could get silvers.
It's probably just in GT. It could be a vanilla sword. It's probably just a heart piece or some junk. Probably junk. At least chat and we will know and we'll be satisfied that we have an answer to this.
And of course not the God Mire for all these runners have been through. Yep, money.
Nice. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, not getting a quick big key in Mire. And not even having silvers yet is pretty mean. It's going to be somewhere out of the way in GT. We'll never get silvers. Maybe Mushroom Tournament with silvers. But it's probably just in GT. No, bbonnell's doing the purple chest. I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter, because it's going to be lead by Timp. So long as Timp doesn't make any, major errors or blunders, it should be their game to lose. But yeah, bbonnell now cleaning up some of these checks he didn't do earlier. Purple chest has to feel bad at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, bbonnell probably.
Oh, and he never did do magic that, right?
Yeah, he hasn't done these 2 checks since probably doing it while they're in the area, and then go do green pendant tournament. Or mushroom, actually. Yeah, just still do mushroom first.
Like, honestly, I wonder, minus the death and escape and the poor Ice Palace routing, how close this would be.
It would be a lot closer.
Because I still overall like bbonnell's routing better.
I actually do agree with more bbonnell's choices overall. I think here in the late game, they know that he hasn't gone well for them. And also they have the Ice Palace issues earlier, so I think they made a few calls in the later third of the seed or so, based off of some of those mishaps. But overall, especially in the first half of the game, I definitely prefer bbonnell's choices.
And then, of course, there's the time Timp saved by not doing Helmet King. We shouldn't disregard that. That's a solid couple minutes.
Yeah, that's very notable. And that compensates for the extra mountain climb they did, and have already done purple chest and magic bat. And not being able to combine Pyramid Ledge with Pyramid Fairy.
Looks like Timp did not get spooky.
Here's bbonnell going. There's a bit of dash down from here. Oh, they're gonna take the portal to Mushroom Tournament. I like this. Good routing. Oh, maybe they're not going to Mushroom Tournament. Never mind. They're going.
It's just gonna be the green pendant turn, and that'll give him his go. Well, practically go mode since we know where Ether is.
Yeah, if it was Sheepy Tournament, you should have saved him crit there. But with Mushroom Tournament, it made sense to keep dashing. Sure.
Well, with the cape, this should be a nice, quick, vitreous fight.
Yeah, it should be pretty easy. It'd be a struggle.
Not even gonna bother with the cape, just going... Honestly, I wouldn't be so cavalier with the arrows when you might have to do Ice Armos with wooden arrows.
You want to level up your GT climb between Mimics and maybe...
Yeah, that too. Like, this is surprisingly cavalier. I'd be doing cape and tempered. because he's now gonna be at 0
Okay,
arrows.
I think Tim just forgot that cape strats exist for a moment, and then at this moment goes like, oh wait, I have cape strats exist, and then now they're not gonna use the bow because I used up so many in my first part.
Yeah.
So
like,
Tim definitely,
I might need arrows.
yeah, Tim definitely realizes they didn't do the cart right, but I'm not gonna hurt them in the race.
Anyway, that is finally 7 crystals at almost an hour 35. Specs, you still thinking chest number 5?
I always say 5. Yes, always 5. You?
I'll go with 10.
Okay. And I'm gonna say
And
it's in
of course, you can blow channel points on the specific room. I always like to see it in rando room.
I like to see it in Dean room or torch. Compass room's alright as well.
Well, torch would never be 5. Torch would be 1, 3, or 7.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying what I would like to see it.
Oh. And there is bbonnell's official go mode. But unfortunately, he's a full mire behind at this point.
You know, the way Timp's going here is 2 seconds slower than going through the Total Rock portal, but you don't have to deal with the Dead Rock RNG, which arguably makes it faster on average when to deal with Dead Rocks. So I also kind of like this choice.
So I'm just thinking, what all haven't we actually seen? We haven't seen Checkerboard, we didn't see Mire cutscene, and we probably won't see every single chest in GT, but I think that's about it.
No Mushroom Cornin.
Oh, right, Mushroom.
Let's see what's big here. Let's see how long we hunt.
So
Who will get
the
the
Hope Room first guy, man after my own heart.
Who will get the big key first? So bbonnell get the Mire key big before Tim gets their GG big? We'll see. Who wins the race here? 2
small keys. Wait, Timp. 2 small keys in Hope Room and you're still going left?
Some people will do that. Some people are like, I'm not doing compass. It's time.
I don't believe in compass room. And there's a 3rd small key on the torch.
Yeah. Nice. So it's 3 checks down. All small keys.
Oh no, is bbonnell gonna do cutscene? No, okay, he's just exiting this way rather than going right to the compass room.
6. 7.
Hey, bottle percent. I mean, honestly, if it is in compass room, and bbonnell just does hope right, this could get fairly close. I think Timp would still have a small lead, but
yeah,
sure makes it a lot closer.
Yeah, we're making it a lot closer, but yeah, Timp would definitely still have a lead. Like, Timp has to mirror out of the climb or something.
Oh, is bbonnell short a key that he's going back this way? I guess so.
Yeah. Not sure why.
Yeah, I don't know how he wound up short a key, but at least he knows he's short a key.
So this will be the 9th check for Timp. Nope. Said, was it 10 or 12, Rusty?
Rando is going to be 10 through 13.
So you said 10, right?
wasn't in random room, but
Nope.
yeah, now with 9 checks left, compass room is almost 50%. bbonnell having a bit of trouble hookshotting the switch there.
It went a little too high, didn't get the bonk. Hate it when that happens. Always feels bad. Didn't get the bonk to avoid that portal. Should say. Book 13 is to be 14, and then maybe 15 through 17.
And it is worth noting that with oh, there it is, Bob's chest, okay. And I was about to say, Timp has also mostly replenished his quiver at this point.
Okay, skipping top assumed did save time. I mean, you have 2 keys we need for the climb, so we got so many beginning of GG already. bbonnell using the cape though, not using their arrows. That's good to see.
Compass just paying out at 4.5 to 1. And there's bbonnell's 7th crystal. So unfortunately, like, unless he just decides to do full right, which would be amazing, he's going to lose time to Timp here.
Yeah, it's a lot to bring back at this point. But I mean, bbonnell made a lot of good choices. You know, mostly just like Ice Palace routing the Death and Escape, but most of the Ice Palace parts and then at the end because they knew like they did the Helm, they did the Helma, which in this they were there. Like at that point, it made sense to do it. I think if you had checked head and knew it was nothing, you probably could have made a decision to skip it. I think the main things would be bbonnell would be like head check next time, but also goes to Timp. And get better with the Ice Palace routing. And if those things had gone better, then I think bbonnell would have felt better about some of the making different decisions, not checking some of the things that they did, and you know, there wouldn't be the time difference that there is right now. But bbonnell made, I would say, as we said earlier, like she made, I would say, some of the better decisions earlier on in the seed.
Yeah.
But as the seed went on, it kind of switched short where Timp made less mistakes. You know, they're more seasoned, and later on in the seed did make some better calls.
I mean, in that that Death and Escape cost a solid 2 minutes. The miscounting items in Ice Palace was probably like 3 minutes at least.
Yes. And then beating Helma, which if you had head knowledge,
Right.
you would
But
have been more
that's
likely to skip
defensible.
that.
Like
It is. It's not wrong. I think if you had done head though, it would have reduced the chance of it being required. And when you know you have hits overworld checks left, and you have all of these plus green pendants, and you're trying to like win, take some smarter risks, I think you do skip Helma there. But that's definitely an opinion on my part. But I think you do skip it, and most of the time that's going to be the faster option with better payout.
Okay, bbonnell taking exactly the same route in the basement as Timp. Unless he does Pink Magician, in which case I'm going to cry.
I guess Timp was trying to think find 3 silvers. Yeah, we haven't found silvers yet. Probably just in Compass Room. Could be Compass Room, could be Meyer, could be a Mushroom Tournament. Could be in these last chests.
Moldorm.
Yeah, could be. Okay, let's say Simp gonna skip this one. Checking Mini Helma.
Okay. Probably checkerboard. Right?
Yeah, we have checkerboard as well.
Mushroom turn-in.
And the 5 in GT we didn't do. Although we know some of those can be dungeon items. don't know if he saw the last small.
What'll the credits say? Drugs for archery lessons?
No, I think we saw the last. No, we saw the last small. Oh, and Ice Armos. You saw that.
Oh, right. Yes, 3 chests behind Ice Armos.
Yeah, no player. A timp, even though they're going to win by a decent amount here, definitely doesn't feel great right now. The seed was cruel. Pretty much required full clearing. They're not
Didn't
gonna
require full clearing. We could have skipped Swamp and Pod.
Yeah, just do Thieves. I mean,
Just do Thieves, Forehead.
Just pick the right pendant. And don't pick wrong. It's simple.
Ganon will survive.
It sounds like you're saying Timps can't do the fight. Man, you're not saying that. Sounds like that. Can't that go behind Ganon here? Let's do stuff. Get hits from the front. Okay, you can take the hits here. It really doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you get the 12 hits. You got like in there or something. Wait,
Unfortunately, that was not 12 hits.
I guess maybe too many of them were considered phase 1.
Yeah, he was really slashing out before the fire bats started coming.
Okay, yeah, too many of the hits count as phase 1, not phase 2. Okay.
And the moral is, yeah, he should have gotten behind and started doing spins.
Yeah, should have. Would have been
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Okay, ours were in GT. Go figure.
Boo.
Gets the torch glitch. Was that just frustration, sort of? I'm going to shoot Ganon with a wooden arrow to vent my frustrations on him?
Maybe. I don't know. Could be either one. I like it, though. I'm a fan.
I mean, if this were a closer race, that could be a problem. Timp's lucky that he has several minutes. Oh, I am told that we have something else coming in here afterwards. Let me check the schedule.
I'm doing a solid job on these silverless hits. Doing a very good job saying, okay, you get hit by Magic Bat there, but it wasn't a bad spot to get hit. You're not going to fall off for that one. Pip is choosing to use Lane Brooks' Fire Rod. I'm guessing this isn't his practice with the Fire Rod strats. Because Zelfir does not need more magic. You're half magic, basically a full magic meter. Okay. Get your GGs in chat for Temp, who will win this tiebreaker race, who will be placed second in their group. We'll move on to brackets in the Casual Boots Tournament. Again, and bbonnell unfortunately placed third in their group race. But, you know, bbonnell obviously made a lot of good decisions in this race. Did some things really well. I think they definitely will learn a lot from this, and, you know, will know that they can do better to make up the time difference that did exist here. But they made some good plays. They did well in this tournament, and I hope they feel good and not bad about things. Even if they do miss out on brackets, so I'm looking forward to see where they go in the future. But yeah, GG's attempt. We'll move on in the brackets, and yeah, congrats to them.
And we have Timp here. This is going to be a very quick interview because, unfortunately, with having to switch channels, we don't have much time before the next race comes in. But, yeah, GG Timp.
Thank you.
You don't like Thievestown, do you?
No. Well, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that I had better things to do at the time, or so I thought I did. It turns
Actually,
out.
I guess the big thing was not following the flippers.
The hammer beginning.
Okay, yeah, that was okay. I'm remembering. Yeah, I saw all of those available checks on the mountain, and I couldn't resist the urge. Of course,
Out of
after you check
logic.
that, yeah, but still, what I was actually thinking is that there was maybe a lamp over there, and I was like, well, I don't need that. I'll just ignore that. And then when that didn't turn out to be the case, basically nothing was up there on mountain, and I was like, okay, it was waterfall, and or Zor or something, and I really hope that bbonnell didn't do that instead, because if so, I'm in trouble.
Okay, so unfortunately it's 9:30, which is when the next event's supposed to be coming in. I would love to give bbonnell a chance to finish this out, but at the same time, I don't want to keep the next event waiting. It's the unfortunate after effects of us having to move the channel here.
I actually have to go too, so I'm totally fine with it.
Oh, okay. Well, GG again. We'll see you in the brackets.
Yes, wow, I can't believe it. All right, thanks, y'all. Thanks for the restream. Bye.
Yeah, have a good night. Thanks again. Do give both of these runners a follow. bbonnell put in a really good effort. Again, depending on item placement, he had a real chance for a lot of this. But we do have to get the heck out of here. So, once again, thanks to our tracker, Jestrozooks. Specs, thanks for joining me on this. Always a ton of fun here. You can jump over to bbonnell's channel, Chair OP, if you want to see his Ganon fight, but we're gonna clear out and get the Zelda 1 Rando Weekly in here.